I have been very hot on this Canadian national team for a few years now. And despite that, even in my most wildest dreams, I could never have predicted this. Canada goes undefeated in the January World Cup qualifying window, beating Honduras away, the US at home, and El Salvador away. I'm just staggered trying to comprehend this, trying to comprehend what I just witnessed this team accomplish, and the fact that they did it all without Alphonso Davies makes it all that more ridiculous. In the history of this final round format for CONCACAF in the World Cup qualifiers, never has a team won 6 straight games. And Canada just did that. The first team ever in a CONCACAF final round to win 6 straight games is Canada. How? No, seriously, how did we get here? How did we go from being garbage in 2016, literally ranked 120th in the FIFA World Rankings, to all of a sudden having Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David, Stephen Eustáquio being ranked 33rd in all-time high in the FIFA World Rankings? What a turnaround in just 5 short years. This is a 5-year historic turnaround in world football, and it has led us to the point here now where not only are we back in the final round of CONCACAF's World Cup qualifying, but we are first place in CONCACAF and undefeated in CONCACAF, having played both matches against the US and both matches against Mexico already. Even after the win in Edmonton against Mexico, I wasn't convinced yet that this was a World Cup team, because I knew we still had the away legs in Central America. I knew that we still had Honduras away, El Salvador away, Costa Rica away, Panama away. And Canada historically has not performed well in Central America on the road. And we go in to the Honduras game. 2-0 victory. Some sketchy moments. Milan Borjan played fantastically to compensate for it. Jonathan David with an incredible goal off of an incredible pass by Liam Fraser to seal the deal. Tajon Buchanan forces an own goal with just spectacular play down the right side. Tajon Buchanan steps up when Davies is in the lineup, and he did it in that Honduras game. And Canada had some sketchy moments, but came away with the 2-0 win on Honduras. Then we come back to Hamilton, to Tim Hortons Field. I was at that game against the US, and what an atmosphere, what a moment. I don't think I've ever just seen fans in the Canadian team, for the Canadian team, being that confident. And against the game against the USA, it was something incredible to see. Kyle Larin scores the first goal in the first half, which is his 23rd goal for Canada, making him Canada's all-time leading goal scorer, passing Dwayne De Rosario. What a year it has been for Kyle Larin. 12 goals in 2021, and he starts 2022 right where he left off, setting the all-time Canada goal scoring record. And again, against the US, some sketchy moments. Milan Borjan having to make a few top-tier saves. Milan Borjan, all 3 games in this window, I think were his 3 best games ever for Canada. He has turned it on in this final World Cup qualifying round. He's just reborn as a incredible goalkeeper. And I had my doubts about him in the past, saying that maybe we should play Crépeau or even consider Dane St. Clair, and I was wrong on all accounts. Milan Borjan has been absolutely incredible for Canada these past 2 windows especially, and the fact that he is stepping up on top of the whole Canadian team stepping up is just absolutely incredible. And then to close out the US game, stoppage time, up 1-0, Sam Adekugbe just gets the ball at half, gets in on a break, just sprinting in, puts home his first ever goal for Canada, and what a goal it was. And Adekugbe, like Borjan, is another guy who the past 2 windows has just massively stepped it up. In the summer, Adekugbe moved to Turkey from Norway, and I think just that switch to a more competitive league has just sparked something in him, as these past 2 windows especially, Adekugbe has found another level and has started playing at a truly elite level of football, to the point where I've gone from thinking, you know, maybe he shouldn't really be considered in the starting 11 to saying he should be in the starting 11 every single game, because Sam Adekugbe, the past 5 games he's had for Canada have all been absolutely incredible. And so after 2 incredible victories, we went to El Salvador. In the El Salvador game, this was a true CONCACAF match, chippy the whole way through, very stop-start, a lot of fouls, hostile fans, textbook Central America CONCACAF. And yes, we had the game in Honduras, but Honduras was already like out of the World Cup qualifiers by the time we got there, so it wasn't a true Central American matchup. We go to El Salvador. It's a true CONCACAF moment. Almost wasn't played the game because the El Salvadorian players threatened to not play over not receiving some bonuses, but they ended up playing anyways. And chippy game all around, and it took a long time for Canada to get a goal. But the goal we did get eventually was a little whack, as we have a ball crossed in. Atiba Hutchinson is the guy in the middle. He gets the header off, but he falls as he hits the header. His header hits the near post, bounces back out a little wide. The defender on Atiba Hutchinson, Eric Zavaleta, gets his foot out to deflect it out behind the goal for a corner, and it hits off Zavaleta. But after it hits off Zavaleta, it hits the back of Atiba Hutchinson's head as he's falling on the goal line, and then bounces weirdly up with a spin on it that it goes just under the crossbar and into the El Salvadorian goal. Atiba Hutchinson with the weirdest goal Canada has possibly ever scored. But when you deserve goals, stuff like that happens, and Atiba Hutchinson deserved a goal. And it goes into the net. Canada up 1-0 against El Salvador. End of the game, in stoppage time, El Salvador pushing for their last goal. They have a throw on the side. It's a bad throw into the defender. Jonathan David jumps on it, gets in on a breakaway, another stoppage time breakaway in back-to-back games for Canada. Chips the El Salvadorian keeper into the back of the net. Canada wins 2-0, and Jonathan David becomes just the 3rd player for Canada to score 20 goals in a men's national team career, following Dwayne De Rosario and Kyle Larin. What a window. A perfect 9 points, did not concede, scored 2 goals in each game, 2-0 every single game, and they did it without Alphonso Davies and without Stephen Eustáquio for the first 2 games, without your best player and your best midfielder. Mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling. And while Canada was not able to secure mathematically a World Cup place with the El Salvador win because of results that happened elsewhere, we are 1 point away from securing that top 3 position. And so we just need 1 draw out of the last 3 games in March. We did secure an intercontinental playoff spot, which means for the first time since 1993 in the qualification for the 1994 World Cup, Canada is going to be at least in the intercontinental competition, which means that because this year, instead of home and away legs, they're making the intercontinental playoffs 1-game playoffs in Qatar in the summer. Canada is going to be going to Qatar. It just remains to be seen whether or not it's going to be for a 1-game playoff or if it is going to be for the proper World Cup finals. But we have 3 games remaining against a Costa Rica team that's fighting for a spot, a Panama team that's fighting for a spot, and a home game against a Jamaica team that is already eliminated. So we just need 1 point. And that's the worst case scenario, is we just need 1 point. This may very well likely is happening, and I can't believe it. So that does it for this window of World Cup qualifiers, the best window so far for Canada. Fingers crossed that in a month and a half, in the March window, I will be making a video about Canada qualifying for the World Cup in the first time in my life, and for the first time since 1986. That does it for this video. If you like to hit like, if you want to see more of my stuff, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, link is down below in the description. Canada, we've waited so long for this. And it's something that never in my wildest dreams did I actually think would happen in my lifetime. That's just how bad Canada has been for most of my life. And we are one draw from 3 games away from a World Cup final. I'm gonna cry. See you guys.